Hello, sixth graders. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of division of whole numbers. So all that extra practice we've been doing with our math facts, we're going to be able to use those today for dividing whole numbers. Let's take a look at some of these things here. There's three ways to write a division problem. You have the division symbol, so 246 divided by 12 equals 20 remainder 6. Then you have the division symbol when you're dividing, how many 12s go into 246. And then you also have the slash, 246 divided by 12. Essentially, it all turns out to something like that looks like this. So 246 divided by 12, you put the smaller number into the bigger number here. Same thing here, 246 you put inside, and then you take the 12 into it. Let's do some practice today. We're going to be doing some estimating today. When you estimate, you're going to be rounding. And when we're rounding and estimating and with division, we have to try and make the problem easier. If you estimate and you don't make the problem much easier, you're not estimating enough. So right here we have the number 346 divided by 12. Well, what the book did, or what the everyday math people, I should say, did, is they took 346, they put it close to 350. They took the 12 and they rounded that down to 10. So 350 divided by 10, and we just cross off these zeros. They got 35. They got 35 for an answer. Let's try some ourselves. We have 236 divided by 6. So what number can we change 234 into so 6 can go into it? Well, we can maybe even change the 6. We can do 234. So let's round that to 240 divided by 6. So that's how we'd estimate. So I'm writing it bigger. So this would go up in that area right there. How many 6s go into 24? 4 6s do, and we have a 0 left over from right here. So your answer is 40. Let's try another one. You have 659 divided by 12. This would be a lot like that first problem. So once again, I'm taking how I estimated and I'm writing it down here. So I'm going to round 650 to 650. I'm going to divide that by 10. I'm going to round the 12 down to 10. Well, let's take a look. So these zeros cancel off each other. So your answer is 65. I'm probably wondering, why do we estimate? Well, when we estimate, so when we're actually trying to solve the problem, we want to try and get as close to the estimation as possible. 512 divided by 9. Well, this one's easy. 512, you'd round to 500. When we're dividing that by 9, oh, not 9, this will be rounded to a 10. Once again, you get rid of these zeros. Now 50 divided by 1, you get a 50. 1,270 divided by 7. Well, let's take a look here. Let's take a look there, and we'll round this to 1,300. We're going to divide it by 10. Zeros cancel each other, so essentially we're left with 130 for an answer. I'm hoping you were watching this with like, Mr. Green, this is so easy, I just want to skip ahead. That's the whole point, but hang in there with me here. So here, let's take a look at this next problem. This is a little trickier. I'm going to round 728. I'm going to round that all the way up to 1,000. Then I'm going to round 34 all the way up to 50. Now I can divide. I'm canceling these zeros from each other. How many 5s go into 100? 20 5s go into 100. Moving on. Now we have some long division. I'll show you how to do this. It's as simple as I can go, so watch closely. We have 534 divided by 8. How many times can the number 8 go into the 5? It goes in there 0 times. 8 times 0 is 0. Subtract, I got a 5, and I'm bringing down the 3. I'm going to change colors because that's the next step. How many 8s can go into 53? I want to get as close as I can, and the nice thing is I'm never going to go above 9. 8 times 9 would give me an answer of 72. That's way too high. 8 times 8 is 64, too high. 8 times 7 is 56, too high. 8 times 6 gives me 48. That's where I'm going to have to go. I'll put a 6 here. I'll put a 48 right there. I subtract, so I get 5. I'm going to bring down this 4. Once again, I can't get me closer than 48 to this, so I'm going to show you the next stage. I'm going to put a 6 here. 8 times 6 is 48. I'm going to subtract. I have a 6. That is my remainder. Remainder 6. My answer is 66, remainder 6. Hoping this is helping you kids a little bit. Let's look at the next one. Next one's a little harder. We have 976 divided by 15. Once again, you'll only have to multiply by 15 at the highest amount. So let's take a look how we're going to do it on this one. How many 15s can go into 9? 0. 15 times 0 is 0. I'm going to subtract. I got a 9. I'm bringing down the 7. I have to figure out how many 15s can go into 97 without going over. Let's take a look. Let's try 15 times 7. Let's see what we get. 5 times 7, we get a 35. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 3 is 105. We went too high. So we're going to have to do 15 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 1 times 6 is 6 plus 3 is 9. 90 is my number. So I'm going to take this 6. I'm going to put it up here. 15 times 6 is right here, which is a 90. And we'll subtract. We get a 7. I'm going to bring down this 6. Now we can take a look at our problems in the past. Well, we know that 6 is too big because that equals 90. Let's try 15 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7. 75 is what we need because 75 is less than 76 right here. So that number is 5, so I'm going to put a 5 up here. 15 times 5 is right here. It's 75. I'm going to go ahead and subtract. I get a 1. This 1 is my remainder because there was nothing else to break down. 65 remainder 1 is the answer to that. Here's another one. 980. 980 divided by 20. Now there's a quick trick for this, and I'm going to show you the quick trick because since I have a 0, they both end with a 0 in this problem. You actually can cancel these zeros out. So essentially, your problem is 98 divided by 2. Let's do that problem. Nice and quick. How many 2's can go into 9? 4 can go without going over. 2 times 4 is 8. I'm going to subtract. I get 1. I'm bringing down the 8. And I'm going to ask myself, how many 2's go into 18? I know 2 times 9 equals 18. So I put that there. I've got a 0. My answer is 49. Ooh, I like this problem. 843 divided by 46. You're probably asking, I don't know. 46 times 3, I don't know what that equals. So let's just see how much we have to do. How many 46s go into 8? 0. 46 times 0 is 0. Subtract, I've got an 8. I'm bringing down the 4. How many 46s can go into 84? Well, I know 1 can fit, but let's see what 46 times 2 equals. 6 times 2 is 12. Bring this up. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. 92. 92 is too big, so we're going to have to just go with 146. 46 times 1 is 46. And subtract. This is 14. The borrow, this becomes a 7. 14 minus 6 is 8. 7 minus 4 is 3. Common error here. Kids want to see how many times 46 go into 38. You can't do that because you want to see, you have to bring the number down. How many 46s go into 383? Well, I know 46 times 2 is 92. We're going to have to get higher. We're going to have to at least triple this number. So that means this would have to be a 6. Let's try 46 times 7. Let's see where we get. 46 times 7. 46 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42. 4 times 7 is 28. Plus 4 is 32. We can get closer. 46 times 8. Let's see where we're at. 6 times 8 is 48. 4 times 8 is 32. Plus 4 is 36. I think that's as close as we're going to get. So we're going to put the 8 here. 4 times 6, or 46 times 8 is 368. And this is how we know if we got close enough. If this number right here is more than 46, we didn't get close enough. If it's less than 46, we did our job correctly. Let's subtract. This becomes a 13. This becomes a 7. So to borrow 13 minus 8 is 5. 7 minus 6 is 1. The 3 is equal 0. 15 is left over. It is less than 46, so we did the right job here. 15 is my remainder. Perfect. I could keep doing some practice problems that probably bore you, but we're going to move on to the mental math. We bought 2 notebooks at $1.99 each. Multiply mentally. Well, if one notebook is $2, 2 notebooks would simply be 2 times, I'm going to round this to $2, which would be $4. Okay? And multiply mentally. But take a look here. It wouldn't be $4 because this is 1 cent less. So it would actually be $3.98. Because each notebook is 1 penny less than $2. So that makes sense. I'll do another one. 4 pens. So we have 4 pens. We have a pen, 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 pen. Each one is $2.96. They're like Mr. Green. It says to multiply mentally. I know, but I have to explain my thinking. Okay. So we're going to round each of these to $3. So we're essentially doing 4 times 3 equals 12. But wait, 12 isn't our answer. Each one of these, we have to take 4 cents off of each one of these. We have to subtract 4 cents off because the pen isn't exactly $3. So if we subtract 4 cents off of each one of these, 4 times 4 is 16. So we have to subtract 16 cents off of $12. So that means it'd be $11. 16 cents would be in the 80s. 84. Because if we add 16 cents to this, just proving to make sure I get this right. $12. So it's $11.84. So we can do the next one without all that right. 3 books at $24.98. So we have a book, book, book. Each one is $24.98. Probably wondering, what are we going to round this to? Easy. 25, 25, 25. 3/4 equals 75 cents. Or $75. 3 25s would be $75. We have to subtract 2 cents off of each. 3 times 2 is 6. So my answer is $74. That's an ugly 7. $74.94. Because 75 minus 6 cents would be. One more problem here. I have 5 gifts at $9.99. Well, if this is $100, my answer is $500. Each gift is 1 penny less. So my answer is actually $499.96. You guys see how I was able to do that? Because I had to take this $500, I had to subtract 0.04 from it, which would be, so many kids would write this out for an answer. Well, that's not right, because then you also just lost $99 in the process. This would be $4.99. Hopefully this helped. I want you to really take a close look at how I do that long division. Keep this in mind, kids. This is tough if your math facts, if you're struggling with your math facts. Your math facts are what's going to help you through long multiplication, long division, and fractions. Good luck, and I look forward to working with you in math.